Hi guys, I'm so excited today to talk to you about follow-up. It really is an important part of building your business. I mean, you can have a large network, you can even be very consistent at meeting new people and adding names to your list, but if you aren't doing the work of the follow-up, then guess what? You're gonna struggle to be successful. There's a reason they say there's fortune in the follow-up. Most people don't say yes to something the first time they hear about it, learn about it, try it. And so you've got to regularly continue to build that relationship, check in order to get a sale or to continue to get that repeated sale month after month after month. And so, again, you're going to hear us say the fortune is in the follow-up, and that's because we believe on average it takes talking to somebody 7 times before they'll buy something from you just one time. And then the better you are at following up and building that relationship, the longer they're going to order with you, the longer they're going to remain faithful to you as a person and a business owner, but also the better that their chances of trying more products and using the product longer. So let's talk about some different follow-up tips, okay? First of all, follow-up should be a part of your daily practice. We use what we call a daily 6 list to do daily income producing activities. And one of the things on that daily 6 list should be that element of follow-up or building the relationship with your prospects and your current customers, and even customers that perhaps aren't buying from you regularly right now, but whether it's a new product we come out with or something changes in their life, they will buy another product from you or potentially even in the future get involved in business with you. So what are some of the tips? Do it daily, and I would encourage you to use Connect, because Connect can help you stay organized as well as track the kind of follow-up you've been having with this individual. And I love minimally using text message. I really like the personalized approach, picking up the phone, having a conversation. If you cannot pick up the phone, you know what's even better? A voice memo or a video memo. Those are so much more fun and so much more personal. Also, I want you to know that you want to have follow-up. You want it to be something that you have some urgency, especially the first time that somebody tries your product or is introduced to what you offer. I would say within 24 to 48 hours is the longest you'd want to go after that initial contact. So perhaps you host a try it and somebody comes to your house and they're sipping and sampling and they're not ready to purchase product that night or get involved in the business yet. You want to go ahead and make contact with them within 24 to 48 hours to ensure that that you're right on the forefront of their mind, and as they're thinking about the product, as they're thinking about that experience, they're thinking about you. Let's talk about your enthusiasm. People buy people before they ever buy products. And so if you're excited about it, if it's done something to enhance or change your life, your passion and your enthusiasm will completely get them excited about the product too. So make sure you're sharing your own personal experience. And then if you're having a bad morning, if you're having a bad afternoon, probably not the best time to do your follow-up, because people can feel and sense how you're feeling. And so that will make an impact. All right, let's talk about the personalized piece. I know we talked about doing voice memos, video memos. Like I said, if at all possible, pick up the phone. Always keep track of the conversation, the things that you talked about. I like to actually set alarms to follow up, within a week or maybe a month from now, especially if I hear they're not interested, or that scary word no. Typically what I found is no is not never, it's just not now. And so I want to make sure that I stay connected with them when they're thinking about health, when they're thinking about beauty, when they're thinking about nutrition, or when they're thinking about making extra money. I want them to think about me. And so I try to kind of stay close to the fire, if you will, with them, so that if something changes in their life and they're ready to pursue better health, better nutrition, weight loss, or even a possibility of doing a side business, then they're going to think of me. All right, what are some other things that you can do to be personalized? Okay, this is probably more so something you want to do with a current customer or a past customer, but I like to send thank you cards. I like to send Thanksgiving cards. If I hit a personal promotion or goal in my business, I like to tell them thank you for the role that they've played. If I'm now a stay-home mom and I can celebrate that milestone in my business, I like to send a thank you card. is Christmas. They're on my Christmas card list. Also, if they've got birthdays or anniversaries, I like to have them on those lists as well, because again, I really believe in this type of business, the relationship matters. It makes such a huge difference in not just that first initial sale, but the ongoing sales and purchases that they're going to make. And, they might be a customer right now, but you know who your the first person when you're thinking about building your business and who you want to do business with, it's those loyal customers. It's those people that are having great results with the products and they're using them consistently. Maybe it's a customer or a client that is telling everybody else about what you do and the products that you offer and just hasn't yet decided to do this as a business for themselves. So I like to keep them close because that's that first potential future business owner that I'm going to want to talk to when the company's running a promotion or they've got this huge, push for maybe joining at a discounted price, or maybe there's a huge promotion or target that they can hit and earn some quick money. That would be another opportunity for me to reach out and say, I know you're loving these products. Why not get paid for sharing it? You're constantly sending me referrals. Why not get paid for referring those to me? I mean, I don't mind if you want to continue to send me those referrals, but I would love for you to be rewarded for those efforts as well. And we could do this together. We'll talk a little bit more about some of the things I like to say in a minute. But I also want you to know sometimes, especially with social media, we can get in the habit of copying and pasting messages. That's really not ideal because number one, the social media platforms don't like that. I know Facebook will see if you're copying and pasting that same message, but it's not personalized. And people can tell when that's your motive or when that's your method. They really can sense that. So I want to encourage you to keep it very personalized. Take a few minutes to look. Take a few seconds to look at their profile, see what they're about, ask them questions, especially if you're just beginning a relationship with somebody. I like to think of this whole process of what we do as like dating, and as you meet someone new, you're probably not going to get married after the first date. So you want to constantly keep engaging with them and building that relationship. You want to be excited. You don't want to be boring. You want to be enthusiastic, but you also want to be personal. If you're dating a few people, you don't want to use the same pickup lines or the same follow-up scripts on the same ladies. They're totally going to be able to tell the difference. And so think of that as you're thinking about personalizing your approach with business and products as well. If they've come to you about health, nutrition, or beauty, ask them questions. Find out what their goals are. Find out what their budget is. I mean, that's a big part in helping them meet their goals as well as stay within their budget. And people respect that. Now, too often I found, especially when you're newer in business, you tend to just wait to see what they want or what they're asking about. Ask questions. You know more than they do about your products and about what you have to offer. Now, maybe you don't have all the answers yet. That's okay. That's why you're a part of a team. If at any time they ask a question that you don't know, just be honest. Say, I'll get back with you. I need to go dig in and find what I can offer you, maybe for the best price, or maybe which products would be best for what you're looking for, but ask a lot of questions. Don't come across like you know everything, but don't be afraid to come across like you're still learning and you want to make sure you get them the right answer as well. All right, so always use their first name, especially if you're building on social and you are doing a lot of follow-up on a regular basis to people that you don't have a personal relationship with. Use their first name and continue to make notes every time you do talk to them so that you can remember your past conversations, you can remember specifics about them, and you can continue to make that more personal. Also, if you hear the word no, it's not personal. It's not about you, it's about them. And typically it has to do with finances. Maybe it has to do with timing. Maybe they're just not ready yet to change their health or to invest in beauty and nutrition yet. Maybe they're just not there yet. And so never hear the word no as never, just not now. And I know we talked about that, but I want to reiterate that because for some reason we can be so afraid of that word no. And I want you to understand that that's just part of the process. And the more I hear the word no, I know I'm getting that much closer to a yes. And I wouldn't say go for no. I would just know it's a part of the process. And, again, if it takes 7 times on average for somebody to hear about something, before they decided to invest in losing weight, buying a product, doing a business, then it's just a part of the journey, all right? And I want you to see it as such. Also, I love doing follow-up with a buddy, especially if you're new to the industry, especially if you're new to business. If you're with a buddy and you guys are doing follow-up together, you can help each other, encourage each other as you go through the process. Maybe if you're not sure what the next conversation you should have with a particular client or customer should look like, you can talk that out together, and it's more fun to do business with a buddy. So especially for those of you that are newer, maybe schedule a weekly follow-up time with somebody else on your team, whether you're in your organization or whether they're just a part of your organization. Because remember, you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. And I would encourage you to do it with somebody. And you can have some friendly competition, with it as well. Who can follow up with the most people? Who can get the most yeses? Who can book the most try-its? Who can gather the most new loyal customers? You get the idea, but it's much more fun with a buddy. And then when you get the no and you feel crushed, you feel like your confidence just dropped down to zero, you guys can pick each other up and you can get back up and keep making those follow-ups. All right, so, one of the biggest keys is being consistent with your follow-up, all right? If you tell somebody you're going to get back with them in a day or 2 days or a week, make sure you do that. Again, I don't know about you, but my life is very, very busy. And the longer I've been in this business, the sometimes easier it is to drop the ball on these things. And so I do set alarms. Use Connect. Connect has so many features to help you be consistent, to keep track of your follow-ups, and to even hold you accountable for how many follow-ups you should be doing. Now, for those of you that are doing this part-time, when I say be consistent, that doesn't mean that it necessarily has to be every day. If you're building it part-time and you just can't, and you decided maybe to give this business so many hours a week, then I would say pick a time to do your follow-up each week and be consistent in that time. So maybe your follow-up is Fridays. Maybe you do a team follow-up Friday. Maybe you all get on a power hour and you do your follow-ups together as accountability to get that done, but to have more fun while you're doing it and to give each other ideas and to have a little friendly competition while doing it. I know anytime that I'm doing follow-up with others, I just feel more confident. I'm having more fun, and I know the people that you're talking to are actually going to feel that enthusiasm and confidence if that's what you're feeling as well. Now, we've talked about how when you're talking to someone for the very first time, you should probably follow up with them within the first 24 or 48 hours. What about those people that you've been talking to on and off for several months? Well, here's some of the things I like to use as an excuse to follow up, okay? Every time the company launches a new product, it's an opportunity to follow up with past and present customers, as well as past and present prospects. Now notice, your customers are people you still want to continue to follow up with, even if they're already buying. You want to continue that conversation so that they'll buy more, but also you never know when they're going to be ready to join your team and do this business with you. But the other person that you want to follow up with is your prospects, the people that are watching, the ones that have maybe seen what It Works is about and they're just not ready yet, or the ones that haven't seen it yet and you've been looking for that thing that will actually get them to come try It Works with you, get on a three-way call, even maybe do a FaceTime with them or come to a sip and sample in your home. So when you have new products, it's a great opportunity to reach out to everybody. When your company's having a sale, when there's a product being discontinued and it's been a product they've used in the past or they're currently using, or maybe just something that you think, gosh, I know you care about nutrition. This isn't a product that you have tried yet, but it is on sale, so it might be a great time to try it. Also, we talked about a way to just continue to build the relationship, but I also believe when you're sending thank you cards, when you're sending cards at Thanksgiving, I'm thankful for you, because of you, I'm a stay-at-home mom, or because of you, we're able to take our family on a vacation this year. And people like knowing what they're investing in is making an impact in other people's lives as well. Also, don't be afraid to use, thank you cards for what's going on in your own life, milestones you've reached in your business, things you've been able to do with your kids because of their support, but also the ways in which you give back. People love knowing that what they're investing in is prompting a domino effect of good in other people's lives as well. Maybe a great reason to follow up with something is because of something the company has just done. Maybe they've just given $100,000 to disaster relief, or maybe we just added a pillar to our Gives Back program for people in the military. Those are also excellent opportunities to reach out, connect, and follow up and continue to build that relationship. I'm going to reiterate this again. I've said it a couple times. You can use Connect to do this, but make sure you're keeping track of the conversations that you're having so you can continue to build upon that each time that you talk to one another. Another thing I want you to know is when I'm in conversation with a brand new prospect, one that I've known for a while, they're just not ready to buy yet, or maybe a customer who has been with me for a while, every time we talk, I'm always listening for what in their life that might be happening at that time that would, represent a want that they have. Maybe they want to take more vacations, a need that they have. My husband lost his job and we need more income, or a hate. My husband's been working super long hours and I hate that he comes home so late every night that he's missing the dinner time with the family. So always listen for a want, a need, or a hate in every one of your conversations, which could open the door to talking about the business, or, could open the door to talking about another product in our product line that you might not have realized that they're interested in. All right, let's keep going. I know some of you might be saying, I don't really know what to say when I'm following up. And, I wanted you to be listening for the want, need, or hate is you just are catching up about life. If they have kids, ask them about their kids. If they're married or just got married or just went on vacation, ask them about that. If they've got a big goal with products, ask them how their goal is going. What's going well? What's not going well? How can we tweak it? So again, just conversation is important. But what about maybe you just had a sip and sample at your home and there was a couple people that weren't ready to purchase yet. All right. Maybe the follow-up could be something is like on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I'm just not interested right now, 10 being I'm in, where do I sign? Where do you fall on that spectrum? I love that one because typically if they give you even a 2 or a 3, to maybe back up how soon you follow up with them versus calling them immediately the next day when they just told you they were a 2 or a 3. But if they're like a 5 or a 6, ask them what they liked, what they didn't like, and try to find out a little bit more about why they gave you that number. If they give you a 7 or an 8, ask them how you could get them to a 9 or a 10. What would it take to get you at a 9 or a 10? Because you're going to know what might be holding them back. And, there are common objections that people will give you. And the more you know where they are on that spectrum, the more you know how often you need to follow up, maybe what additional questions they might have, or what's holding them back from being a 10. That's a great question. What's holding you back from being ready to sign right now? People are very transparent. They'll tell you if it's money. They'll tell you if a spouse is not okay with it. They'll tell you if they've tried other things before, but they're just not so consistent. And so why should I do this now and invest more money to just not be consistent again? So again, you find out more information, the more specific you can be. I love that one. How about it's a Friday? And Fridays are paydays. And if you follow up on Fridays, I love that. I'm putting in orders today. Do you want me to go ahead and get one started for you? Or are you ready to get started today? There's a great technique that I would encourage you to try to use. It's if I would you. If I had a product that would help you have brighter, clear skin, would you be interested? Or if I could show you how to make $3,000 in 90 days, if you don't and I could make up the difference, would you be willing to give me 10 minutes of your time? Use the if I would you technique to also engage and share new products or a promotion that your company is giving, or just something as simple as if I were having a simple sip and sample party on Friday, would you be available to come at 6 o'clock? Again, it works in so many different ways. Another thing is I just love being very blunt. Are you ready to start making money with me? I had so much fun with you the other night. I would love to do this business with you. giving compliments is rare and people don't get them very often. And so I love using compliments when I genuinely enjoy, especially spending time with someone and I want to do business with them. That's the beauty of a business like this. We get to pick who we do business with. And so use that to your advantage as you're following up. Also, are you ready to get started with the collagen? I know you were loving the collagen the other night. Are you ready to get started on keto diet? Let's get you started with some keto coffee. I know you said you started keto. What's holding you back from getting the keto coffee and simplifying your new eating program, right? And what about the person that you just feel like they're on the fence and you're wondering what's holding them back? Just ask. What's holding you back from getting started right now? What's holding you back from coming to my event on Friday night? What night works good for you? I'll come to you. Those are great scripts, if you will, that can help you continue to have the conversation as you follow up with people you're working with to get them started on a product or get them started in the business, right? Because we get paid to do two things. We get paid to help people get healthier, fall in love with the beauty side of it works, the nutritional side, lose weight, and we get paid to help people change their life financially with the business. And so as you're following up, those are your goals, and follow-up is such a crucial part to having success in this business. You can have a list a mile long, but if you're not talking to those people, if you're not building a relationship, if you're not staying in constant communication with them, you know what? Somebody else will, and they'll be a customer or a business builder in somebody else's business. I don't say that to scare you. I say that because one of the fundamentals of what we do is follow-up. And there's a reason people say there's fortune in the follow-up. That's because if you want to have a successful, thriving, lucrative business, you're going to be that person that isn't afraid to hear the word no. You're not afraid to be the squeaky wheel or the friendly neighborhood stalker because you care about their health, you care about their financial future, the dreams they have on their dream board, and anything in between that could speak to what they're looking for, Follow-up is going to be that catalyst that sets your business on fire when you begin taking it seriously, consistently following up, whether it's each and every day, each and every week, but making sure you're building that relationship, you're keeping it personalized, and you're staying organized. And I love, love, love that we have provided Connect to you as a tool to do that. But here's the deal. At the end of the day, the only person holding you back from making that contact is you. And so again, I want to encourage you, have fun with the follow-up. Do it with a buddy, especially if you're new and you're just, I don't know what to do, or I don't know what that's going to look like, or I'm nervous. I can tell you this, most times when I was nervous to follow up, they couldn't wait to get my call. I think what held me back from following up was hearing the negative response, the negative reaction, or the word no. But what I found out with is I couldn't find the people that needed what I had if I wasn't doing the follow-up. And so it's not about the ones who aren't ready. It's not about the ones who don't want it right now. You're looking for the ones who do. And follow-up is going to be massively a big part of helping you find out those people that do. So have fun with the follow-up and make sure you just take action.